Hello, I'm Holden Ramey with the CattleFax Closing Bell. Today's Closing Bell is sponsored by DSM Animal Nutrition. August trade data was published this week by the USDA. Beef exports were reported at just under 240 million pounds, down 21 million pounds or 8% from the same month last year. Prior to this month, exports had been hanging around 260 million pounds for the better part of 5 months. It appears that the combination of tighter supplies and higher prices is one of the primary factors behind the drop in exports. Going from now into the end of the year, exports are projected to stage somewhat of a rebound. So ultimately, even though beef exports are currently running down 3.5% year to date, the increase into the end of the year is expected to narrow the year-over-year gap to down around 1%. While the overall tonnage of exports is important, it is also important to evaluate the value of exports as well. Current expectations have the value of beef and beef variety meats at nearly $10.5 billion. This is an increase from 2023, where beef and variety meat exports accounted for $9.97 billion. So even though tonnage is slightly smaller on the year, the value of exports provide to the beef industry is rising. Turning to this week's markets, active trade occurred in the north at primarily 187 live and 296 dressed, mostly steady with last week. Light to moderate cash trade occurred in the south, mostly at 187, a dollar firmer than last week. Despite being relatively more choppy this week than it has been in previous weeks, the live cattle complex is still slated to finish slightly higher on the week. December live cattle are slated to close around 75 cents per hundredweight firmer, near 187 3/4. Feeders also traded more sideways over the course of the past week, with November contract closing near 250, while January feeders traded near 247. The feeder cattle index has moved nearly $2.75 higher this week so far and was quoted at 249.5 on Thursday. Thanks for watching, and remember to visit CattleFax.com to become a member and receive the latest market news and analysis.